Good morning students. We are seeing class 7 science chapter number 5 acid, bases and salts. Yes. So this chapter is very important as well. It will be continued in your 10th standard. Okay. So that if you will learn each and every point from this chapter in detail, it will be beneficial to you for your further study. So that we will focus here on some points in detail. Okay. So let's see. We are using various substances or compound which are present around us in our daily life. Yes. So all these substances are having their different type of natures, different type of physical and chemical properties. So on the basis of this different type of nature and chemical or physical properties, they are classified into acid, bases and salts. And these salts are also called as neutral substances. Yes. So why these are classified in acid, bases and salts, that we have seen our lecture. Okay. So let's see some examples of acid, bases and salt in detail. Okay. Here we are seeing some substances, we are seeing some examples of acids that we are using in our daily life. One by one we will discuss about it. So the first is lemon juice. Lemon. So it is lemon and it's having citric acid. It is acidic substance. Yes. So lemon is a acidic substance. But there is another thing. It is called as lime, and many times students confuse in the name of lemon and lime. So that lemon and lime both are having opposite quality, opposite identity. Okay. Lemon is acidic in nature and lime is basic in nature. So what is lemon? Lemon is acid. And what is lime? Lime is if we will dissolve calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is what we are using in our daily life, that is called tuna. You know, tuna means that calcium carbonate that we are using. When it dissolve in distilled water, and we will keep beside for the rest, then after some time the white, milky white colored water come at the top, will come at the top, and this milky white water is nothing but lime water. Means lime is calcium carbonate and lime water means the water of calcium carbonate. Yes. So is it clear? Now lemon is acidic thing and lime is basic thing. Lemon is that lemon we are seeing in front of you, it is having, and lime is calcium carbonate, or in our mother tongue it is called as tuna. Yes. So the next is tomato. Tomato is also having oxalic acid. Yes. Then grapes. Grapes is having tartaric acid. Then tamarind. Tamarind we see in our daily life, we use in our daily life, that tamarind also having tartaric acid. Again the grapes and tartaric both are having tartaric acid. Keep it in your mind. Then the next is milk. Milk is also acidic in nature. It's having lactic acid. Yes. And the next is ant. Have you having any time ant bite? Yes, definitely you are having ant bite. So why when the ant bite to us, we feel burning sensation in our skin? On our skin where the ant bite, on this area we feel burning sensation. Why? Because the sting of ant is having formic acid. Yes, that formic acid, as the acid is corrosive in nature, when the ant pour that formic acid inside our skin, what happened? Because of corrosive nature of acid, our skin will feel burning sensation, so that the ant bite cause burning pain where it bite. Okay, so formic acid is having and sting. Next is apple. Apple is having malic acid. Yes, it is also acidic substance, but these acids are not as harmful as the laboratory acid. These are very mild acids, we can use in our daily life very easily. So the next is vinegar. Vinegar is used in our daily life as a preservative. Yes, so it is nothing but the diluted form of acetic acid. So acetic acid, it is present in laboratory. We use in formation of vinegar in 8 to 9%. In the formation of vinegar, acetic acid is present 8 to 9%. Okay, so vinegar is a mild form of acetic acid or diluted form of acetic acid. It is not as much harmful as the laboratory acetic acid. Yes, because it is mild, and this vinegar is used in the process of pickling, in the process of sauce, formation of sauce, as a preservative. Yes, so it's very useful thing for us. Okay, so this is the picture of acetic acid. It is a laboratory acetic acid, and the chemical formula of acetic acid is CH3COOH. CH3COOH. As COOH, it is a acidic formula. It is the functional group of acidic substance. Okay, so this acetic acid is laboratory acetic acid. Next, these things, are you seeing? All these things are also having acid in it. So here some soft drinks are given, like the Tropicana. Okay, that lemon juice, preserved lemon juice is seen. Obviously it is acidic in nature. Then our vinegar is also given here. Our toilet cleaner, what we are using, that also is having acid. See here, some examples of acid are given. Yes, first is vinegar, just now we have seen about it. Then lemon juice, that also we have seen. Then soft drink, we are seeing that soft drinks, it is also acidic in nature. Then battery acid. Battery acid, in battery which we are using in inverter, in car battery, that battery is having, that battery are having sulfuric acid. Yes, because of that sulfuric acid only our battery work. Next is stomach acid. So what is meant by stomach acid? Stomach acid means the acid which is present in our stomach. Yes, so which acid is present in our stomach? Hydrochloric acid or HCl acid is present in our stomach. Yes, but it is in diluted form. On other hand, we can say it is in definite proportion when we are having normal stomach. When we are having healthy stomach, then it must be in definite proportion in our stomach. And what its work? What is its work? It work as a digestive juice. Yes, it digests our food. But when we eat heavy dinner or heavy lunch, means when we eat heavy food or especially when we eat junk food, then our stomach will have more in quantity this HCl. Okay, so our stomach, when we have excess of hydrochloric acid, we have to apply basic substances for the remedy of that neutralization, for the neutralization of that excess hydrochloric acid. Yes, so this acid base reaction will neutralize the excess of hydrochloric acid, the effect of excess of hydrochloric acid present in our stomach. So due to this excess of hydrochloric acid, sometimes we feel stomach ache and also sometimes we feel burning sensation in our stomach due to corrosive nature of acid. Yes, so that when we feel like that, we have to apply, we have to add basic substances as ENO and milk of magnesia. In antacid it is present. We have to apply these things for the neutralization process. Okay. So next is apple juice. We know that apple juice is having malic acid. Then black tea. Black tea is also acidic in nature. So here we have seen some examples of acid. Okay. Up to that we have seen about the mild acids, and that we are using in our daily life very easily. Okay. But now what we are seeing in front of us, these are laboratory acid. These are laboratory acid. These acids are present only in laboratory. Yes. So which are that? The first is sulfuric acid, then second is nitric acid, and third one is hydrochloric acid. And all these three acids are in concentrated form here. Yes. So this sulfuric acid is having chemical formula H2SO4. What? H2SO4. Note down that. Nitric acid is having formula HNO3. HNO3. Then the hydrochloric acid is having the chemical formula HCl. Yes. So all these three acids are very much corrosive in nature. So that we have to take precautions. We should very careful while we are handling these acids. Okay. As these acids are very harmful, we should not touch it directly or we should not test it directly. Again, carbolic acid, it is also laboratory acid. And you know student, these acids are in concentrated form, but when it is in diluted form, then also these are harmful. Okay. So you know the acid rain. Acid rain is having acid in it. Yes. So these acids are because of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide. When these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen and carbon get mixed with rainwater, then sulfuric acid, nitric acid and carbolic acid form, and our rain will become acidic rain. And this acidic rain is very harmful for our water bodies, as well it is harmful for our aqueous animals and plants. Okay. And again, how this sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxide is present excess in quantity in air, how that pollution will create? So because of factory waste, the factory waste release that type of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxide and carbon dioxide excess in quantity. So that we have to minimize the air pollution by neutralizing the factory waste. And how we can neutralize the factory waste? We have to add basic substances in the factory waste. Yes, because when the acid and base mixed with each other, they will neutralize or cancel out each other effect. This process is known as neutralization process. Okay. So this is about the laboratory acid. Okay. Here we are seeing some basic substances. These substances are particularly basic in nature. So we will discuss about it one by one. So at first in front we are seeing bicarbonate of soda, means sodium bicarbonate. This is known as baking soda, and we know that what is the use of baking soda? We use that baking soda for the bakery purpose and make the bakery products fluffy in nature. Yes, so it is basic in nature. Again, sodium carbonate, it is also basic in nature. This is sodium bicarbonate, means sodium hydrogen carbonate is known as baking soda, and only sodium carbonate, it is washing soda. So difference you got: baking soda sodium hydrogen carbonate, and washing soda sodium carbonate only. Okay, so hydrogen is there in between sodium and carbonate in baking soda. Okay, so sodium bicarbonate means sodium hydrogen carbonate as well. Okay, so next is vanish. Vanish, and again that surf excel and many of detergent we know that we are using in our daily life, it's also having basic substances. Yes, so it is also one of the very strong base. Then the window cleaner. Window cleaner is also having basic substances, basic chemicals. Then dishwasher, it is the soap. Yeah, that dishwasher is also having basic substance. Yes. Then hand wash, our bathing the soap which we are using for the bath, that is also basic in nature. Then again here we are seeing some examples of bases, that is detergent. Here we are seeing that baking soda, here we are seeing that drain cleaner, that is also basic. Then ammonia is also basic in nature. What is ammonia? Ammonia is having chemical formula NH3 and it is highly basic in nature. So that ammonium hydroxide is very well known base, it is present in laboratory. Then soaps and hand wash, these are also basic in nature. Then dishwasher, it is also basic in nature. Then very important substance, it is antacid. Antacid, when we use it, just now we have discussed it. Antacid we use for acidic stomach. When our stomach is having excess of hydrochloric acid, then for the neutralization of that excess acid, we are using the antacid. And these antacid are having bases like sodium bicarbonate and milk of magnesia. Okay. So one of example ENO. Yes. And so many of antacid tablets, that antacid tablets are having milk of magnesia. And what is mean milk of magnesia? What is mean by it? It is having chemical formula MgOH by 2. MgOH by 2 and the name is magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is nothing but milk of magnesia. Okay, are you clear? So here we are seeing some laboratory bases, some examples of laboratory bases. These bases are particularly used in laboratory and these are concentrated bases. Okay, so one is sodium hydroxide, then second is ammonium hydroxide, and third one is potassium hydroxide. The chemical formula of sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Yes, NaOH. And the chemical formula of ammonium hydroxide is NH4OH and H4OH. Then the potassium hydroxide is having chemical formula KOH. Here OH is denoted as the hydroxyl ion. Yes, OH ion represents hydroxyl negative ion which is present in base. Yes. So these bases are soapy or slippery in nature, and these laboratory bases are also very harmful for our skin. As we will touch it, our skin will be damaged, our skin will feel burning sensation as well. But these are not as corrosive as the laboratory acids. Still, it's very harmful to us. We should be careful while we are handling these laboratory bases. Okay. So this was about the laboratory bases, which are that sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. NaOH, NH4OH, again KOH. Yes. So this compound is known as salt, and this salt is neutral substances, means these are neutral in nature, means these are neither acidic nor basic. So that we will discuss one by one various types of salt. In our daily life we are using the common salt NaCl. You know that NaCl is known as common salt that we are seeing in front of us. Okay. There are some laboratory salts that also we are using in laboratory while performing the experiments in laboratory. Okay, let's see. So these are some examples of laboratory salts. So which are that we will see here. First is potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. It is one of the salt. Again, it is the second salt is iron sulfate. Then the third one is cobalt chloride. Then the fourth is copper sulfate. Then the fifth one is nickel sulfate. All these are known as metal salt. Yes. First is potassium dichromate. Second is iron sulfate. Third one is cobalt chloride. Fourth is copper sulfate. Yes, and the last is nickel sulfate. So these were the examples of salts which we are using in laboratory. Okay. Students, here we are seeing one important table. Yes, this table is present in your textbook also. So in this table, in first column, there is a list of some examples of natural acids and natural bases, and these natural acid and bases are present in some substances which we are using in our daily life. The name of that substances in which that natural acid are present or natural bases are present, that list is given at the right side in second column. So one by one we will discuss about that. So first is acetic acid. Yes, this acetic acid is present in vinegar about 8 to 9%. Okay. And the second one is formic acid. Formic acid is present in ant sting. We have discussed about it as well. Okay. Then the third one is citric acid. Citric acid is present in citrus fruits such as oranges and lemon. Then lactic acid. Lactic acid is present in curd. Then oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is present in spinach as well in tomato. Then very important acid, ascorbic acid. This ascorbic acid is present in amla and citrus fruits. This ascorbic acid is very important for improving our immunity. Okay. Then the tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is present in tamarind, grapes and unripe mangoes. So these were some natural acids, and these are present in the substances such as vinegar and steamed citrus fruits, curd, spinach, then tomato, amla, and so on. Below that, some examples of natural bases are given, and in which substances these are present, that are also given. We will discuss now. First is calcium hydroxide. This calcium hydroxide is present in lime water. Yes, this calcium hydroxide is present in lime water, that we have discussed in our previous lecture as well. Okay. Then the ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is present in window cleaner. Then sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Both these bases are present in soap. Yes, in any type of soap, this sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide is present definitely. Then the magnesium hydroxide, it is also known as milk of magnesia. This magnesium hydroxide is present in milk of magnesia, and this milk of magnesia is used in preparation of antacid. Yes, so these were some examples of natural acids, and again the examples of substances in which the natural acids and natural bases are present. So here we will see about the neutralization reaction. So what is meant by neutralization? When acid and base get mixed with each other or reacted with each other, we will get salt and water with the evolution of heat energy. This type of reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So what happens in neutralization reaction actually? When acid and base get reacted with each other, they will cancel out each other's effect. They will cancel out each other's effect, and we will get salt and water with the evolution of heat as a product. Yes, this process is known as neutralization, and this process, this neutralization reaction is not only happen in laboratory but also in our daily life. We see this reaction in various cases, such as in tooth decay. The neutralization reaction also happen there. When we use toothpaste for cleaning the tooth, what happens? On our tooth there are food particles stuck on it. Yes, and due to this food particle, our tooth will become acidic in nature, as the food particle after some time will release acid. Okay, so for neutralization process, for neutralization of that acid, we are using toothpaste. Yes, so in our daily life, for the cleaning of our tooth, we are using the neutralization reaction. Again, in ants bite, we are using baking soda as a remedy. When ant bite to us, we have to apply paste of baking powder or baking soda on it where the ant bite. Okay. So due to this paste of baking soda, what happened there? As the ant sting is having formic acid, it will release in our skin when it will bite. So we have to neutralize the effect of that formic acid. Now it is present in our skin, so that when we apply the baking powder, the paste of baking powder, that paste will neutralize the effect of that formic acid. Okay, again we are using the calamine solution. This calamine solution is having zinc carbonate. This zinc carbonate is also one of the base. Again, we can use this neutralization process in our soil balancing of the nature of soil. So sometimes we see our soil become more acidic or more basic in nature. By the examination of this soil in laboratory, we will come to know whether the soil is acidic in nature or basic in nature. So as the soil is acidic in nature, we have to add basic substances in that. Which basic substances we can add? We can add quicklime and slag lime. Quicklime means calcium oxide, it is known as quicklime, and slag lime, it is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Yes, lime water is also known as calcium hydroxide, but it is liquid in liquid phase, and that slag lime, it is in solid phase. Okay, then the question arises here, how the soil will become acidic or basic in nature. So due to excess use of chemical fertilizers, our soil become acidic or basic in nature, and because of that extra acid or base present in the soil, there will be very difficulty. The farmers are facing very difficulty to grow the crops in such a soil. Yes, the plant can't grow properly in the acidic or basic soil. Yes, so that we have to neutralize the excess of acid or excess of base from the soil by the neutralization process. Yes, so these were some neutralization processes which we are using in our daily life. Again, one very important neutralization process we have discussed before also, that is using antiacid. Using antiacid in our acidic stomach, that is also one of the neutralization reaction. Yes, so this was about some topics